Well, good evening and welcome to Maine Road and match of the day for the Canon League second division match between Manchester City and Chelsea. Chelsea, already promoted, aim to pit Sheffield Wednesday for the championship and become the first team to hold this new second division championship trophy created by the sponsors. And I should add, there's no trophy nor medals for second place. Now, Manchester City cling by the slenderest thread to the hope that Newcastle might lose their nerve in the run-in, and they, in an inspired finish, might pip them on the post. Anything but 3 points tonight would finally crush that dream. So I would imagine we should be in for a positive game, with a draw probably being useless to either side. Bobby Charlton is here and will give his view at half-time. Now match commentator Alan Parry.
And first, tonight's teams. Manchester City know that nothing less than victory will keep them in contention for promotion, and they bring back skipper Paul Power, who's missed the last 5 games with a knee injury. He takes over from Neil McNabb in midfield, and City will field a 3-man attack of Smith, Parlane and Tolmie. Strangely, it's at home where City's promotion bid has faltered. They've dropped 18 points at Maine Road, where they've suffered 4 defeats. Chelsea are back in the first division after an absence of 5 years, and remarkably no fewer than 6 of this team are in their first season at Stamford Bridge. Nichveski, McLaughlin, Nevin, Spackman and Dixon all joined last summer after Chelsea had just escaped relegation to Division 3, and Thomas came in January. They're unchanged for the 6th game in a row, going for the second division championship and for a century of goals, having scored 92 in league and cup games. Well, a third of Chelsea's goals have been scored by this man, Kerry Dixon. His hat-trick against Leeds United last week in the game which clinched promotion took his total in the league to 26 and 32 in all.
And quite a few of those goals have been scored by Pat Nevin, a 95,000 buy from Clyde, and an old-fashioned winger if ever you saw one. Small in stature, proving that you don't have to be big to be successful at football. He can beat people on a sixpence. He can score goals himself to boot. Now, in Manchester City side, an interesting character, Kevin Bond, played under his father at 3 clubs, Bournemouth, Norwich and City. Quite a yoke, really, I think, for that young man to bear. He's played also in America for Seattle Sounders, but really I think he's come through it all very well and proved to the City fans that he can play whoever his father is. They now accept him fully.
And City's main hope for goals tonight surely comes from this man, Derek Parlane, their top scorer with 31 goals. So it's Chelsea who get the match underway. They're attacking from right to left, and in black and white the team colours may look rather similar, but Chelsea can best be identified by the hoops on their shirts and on their stockings. Beautiful night, and the pitch, having been watered, should be in good condition. The ball aimed at Speedy, who climbs remarkably well for a small man. McCarthy, the City defender, to challenge, and here's Speedy, brought down by Baker. He certainly lives up to his name, but Baker bringing Speedy down then. Very pacey player. Now, against Leeds on Saturday, John Bumstead, the Chelsea number 6, hit the post twice from free kicks from something like this distance. Spackman is the number 8, the other player over the ball. Bumstead shot, straight at Williams though. A long kick by Williams, although it's against a slight breeze. On by Parlane. Lee, and he nearly ran into trouble then. Smith, the player between him and the goalkeeper. Bond up with Dixon. Number 3 for City is Wilson. His clearance reaches Lee. Now Baker. Good challenge though. Here's Speedy. And Spackman, who won the ball back for Chelsea. Now Lee can certainly gain some distance with his throw-ins. Speedy often the target, the number 10 marked here by Kevin Bond. But you see how well he climbs, although Bond reached it first. Nevin. Well, they've got a double deflection, that. But this man, David Speedy, who was actually born in Scotland, only his second season since coming down from Darlington, has been a major influence in Chelsea's promotion. He scored 12 goals and formed a very successful partnership with Kerry Dixon. Lane being fouled by McLaughlin. Baker. Bond wasn't expecting it, and McCarthy missed it. Here's Nevin. A lot of space to attack. Finds Lee coming forward in support. Seemed to have just crossed the line, and indeed the linesman has signalled a throw into Manchester City. Dangerous looking throw by Wilson. Baker cleaning things up though. Wilson slipping, still finding Parley. City, a team not in form at the moment. They've taken only 7 out of the last 18 points at stake and lost their last 2 games. Here's May. Chelsea, in stark contrast, have gone 14 matches without defeat. Jones with the throw. McCarthy meets it. Tate's clearance straight to Baker. Smith. May takes over and finds Power. Tolmie. No real sting behind the shot. And Chelsea attacking instantly from defence. But Nichveski's kick a little too strong. This is Baker. Minutes gone, still Manchester City 0, Chelsea 0. Bond's header. Lee just reached it. Thomas, it comes to Parlane. Thomas winning the tackle. Ray Ransom. And Spackman covers a lot of ground for Chelsea, one of the unsung players in their team. Here's Baker. May looked for Power, but gave it straight to Nevin. Kevin Bond. Trying to spread play to the left. Spackman in possession. No one doubt that Chelsea will give everything in this game. They're determined to try and clinch the title. It means a healthy extra bonus for their players, apart from any other factor. Here's Jones. Nice-chested pass that by Dixon. But now Power with the break for Manchester City. He's got Smith on his left. They've got 3 men in the middle here as well. And Power find them with the cross. What good goalkeeping by Nichveski. All Power drifting that cross in, but the goalkeeper was very decisive. Bond's header. Here's Power again. Lee's challenge. Smith wins it. Bright start by City. Tolmie. And Parlane. Jones sweeping up, and the referee had given the free kick for the challenge on Parlane. This is in a dangerous position. Back in December, when Manchester City beat Chelsea 1-0 at Stamford Bridge, it was from a similar position to this that they scored their goal. Tolmy curling the ball over the Chelsea defensive wall. It's Tolmy. There are a lot of choices here for City. Power tapping it. Harlane's shot blocked. Here's McCarthy. Ranson, offside. In fact, talking about that victory at Stamford Bridge, if Manchester City do win tonight, they'll be the first team this season to take maximum points from Chelsea. More talking, says Kerry Dixon to his forward colleagues. Dixon chasing. It was a hopeless cause, really. Kerry Dixon was top scorer last season when Reading went down from the 3rd division with 31 goals, and that's quite a feat in itself to score that many for a relegated team. Tate's header. Spackman. Baker forward, and here's Ranson. Tolmy on the right. And we have to work hard to make progress down Chelsea's left flank with Jones and Thomas, two hard-working, enthusiastic players. And there's Spackman winning it again. Ranson reaching it. Smith. But he ran straight into his own player, Baker. That was unfortunate. Here's Nevin. Spackman. Joey Jones, who pulled a hamstring in Wales' 1-0 victory over England in midweek, seemed to be suffering from it again in the early stages here tonight. Smith. There's certainly no problem about hamstrings or anything else from that challenge by Joey Jones, who thoroughly enjoys his football and has an infectious enthusiasm that spreads to the rest of the team and the supporters. May. Bond. 10 minutes gone, 0-0. Bond again. Harlane, good ball, Baker. It was momentarily an opening, but Lee was very quick to close it. Tolmy running out of room, but did well to keep it in. And wins the throw off Thomas. May. Now Tolmy again. But the verdict was offside. Tonight's referee is Alan Saunders. Bond. Straight to Spackman, and Nevin wants it played first time out to the right. That was spotted by Power. And May comes out of the scramble with the ball. Now Baker. Wilson. Bond finding Ranson. McCarthy. Speedy working hard to deny Ranson. Here's Jones. McCarthy's done well. Bond forward. Tolmy's chasing it. Jones the defender. And it's just across the line. Could it go this or the other side of the corner flag? I think the verdict is a corner. Indeed it is. And Powell will take it. Left-footed, curled inwards perhaps. Bond coming forward. McCarthy coming over on the far side, but it was just reached first by Jones. And a disappointing cross back in by Andy May. Chelsea supporters have earned them some unfortunate publicity this season, but their loyalty cannot be doubted. They're penned in, so to speak, in the corner of the Maine Road Stadium tonight, and so they behave. McCarthy just voted player of the season by City supporters, even though he came late on in the season. Here's Lee. And the header misdirected by Dixon. Paul Power and Wilson. Lane climbing well. Now May for Manchester City. Thomas intercepts. Wilson with a good firm challenge though. Could still break for Manchester City, but Jones finding the goalkeeper and defending well. McCarthy in again. Powers flick, straight to Lee, and Bond doing well. Here's Wilson. Confident player on the ball, he's just 22, Clyde Wilson. Pates lifts it back, was that handball? Play on. Wilson again. Long ball for Power, and a good one. In towards Tolney. Parlane's in the centre, but Tolney was offside, and that's 3 or 4 times in the opening stages, Jim, that Chelsea have sprung an offside trap.
Yes, they've moved up very quickly, and the linesman's very sharp on that side. He wants to get in the game too, live on television. It's a treat for him, and he spotted everything almost as soon as it happened, if not before. But it's an interesting game. 2 neat, compact sides, thoughtful, nobody wasting balls, everybody trying to play the game, but nothing in it yet.
15 minutes gone, still 0-0. And Ranson just beaten by Speedy. Well, I'm sure he doesn't need to be told that was not really the ball, because Dixon was in a good position in the centre, and Nevin coming in on the far side as well. But Speedy wasted the opening. Still, goals are one of the main factors behind Chelsea's success this season. 92 altogether, and 84 of them in the league. Thomas. Thomas, like Joey Jones, on duty for Wales in their win against England. Baker's header, on by May. Pates beat Parlane. Smith, beaten by Lee's challenge. Wilson. Now Spackman, bit scrappy in midfield. Here's a man who can bring a bit of elegance to play. Smith, back to McCarthy. And Bond. Good ball, Ranson. Parlane's drifted away. But no room for a cross as yet. Baker. Off Jones for the City throw. This is Tolney. Wilson. By way of a deflection off Nevin, it finds Power on the left. Wilson again. Smith doing well. Here's Baker. Tolney takes it down. And May, rather. Tolney in the centre. Thomas making the challenge. Ranson with the shot. And what a good effort that was. Now that would have been some moment, because Ray Ranson is not exactly noted for his goal scoring. Scored only one in his City career, that was 2 seasons ago, but he really got behind that shot, only just over. McCarthy's header. Here's Bumstead. Ooh, and Power in strongly. Wilson. McCarthy forward. Parlane chasing. Takes the covering play. Free kick has been given for the challenge. Notice that Chelsea are temporarily down to 10 men, because on that far side, just in the corner of your picture there, is John Bumstead, who in that earlier challenge with Paul Power obviously got a knock. Here's Nevin. Speedy. Pushed back by May a little too strongly, and Wilson couldn't prevent it from going for a corner. Cannonville warming up, just in case Bumstead can't continue for Chelsea. Thomas with the corner, Powers clearance, Ranson. Told me all alone as far as City are concerned. McLaughlin. Here's Speedy. Jones, good challenge from Smith. Tolman. Ranson in an unaccustomed role, left wing almost, but Lee was very calm. Bumstead back on the pitch. Long ball by Pates. McCarthy's header. And May again has rather overhit the attempted ball back to Wilson. John Neal with the inevitable cigarette. Lee, Nevin. Oh! Speedy. 2 in the middle for him. Pulls it back cleverly for Spackman. Speedy again. And Lee. Forward to Nevin. Now he's got the skill to beat men even in tight situations like this, and he's done so. And still. And he stumbled, and the referee was in a perfect position as Wilson challenged him. Nevin turned and appealed to Mr. Saunders, but that was a classic example of the skill of Pat Nevin. Although arguably, too, a classic example of the overindulgence of that type of player. 20 minutes gone, Manchester City 0, Chelsea 0. A moment of magic from Nevin, but perhaps one he slightly overdid. McCarthy. Bumstead. Wilson forward. Takes clearance. Touch, I must say, Colin Lee. Wilson clear. Spackman. McLaughlin forward. This is Dixon, chased by Bond. City quite calm under pressure. Taking it on the chest, but it didn't drop kindly for him. Here's Thomas. Lee in quickly. Baker's a busy little player, but here's Nevin. Baker doing well. Power. First time ball hit towards Parlane. Jones. Roy Jones keeping calm as that lofted ball came in. McLaughlin's header. Here's Jones. Did well. The layoff to Speedy. Chelsea stringing together an impressive looking move here. Nevin. Lee. Plenty in the middle. Nevin went for it. McCarthy concedes the corner. McCarthy making the vital interception. What a good movement that was by Chelsea. Really threading together 3 or 4 consecutive and purposeful passes. And they get a corner out of it. Firm header again by McCarthy, but Thomas can try once more. Williams had to come and did so with confidence, but not a very good throw. Bumstead back in, Wilson clear, Bumstead again. The layoff to Thomas. And it was a good effort really, because he had to snatch at the shot as the defender came in. Mickey Thomas, whose goal against Leeds last Saturday after just 5 minutes set Chelsea on the way to their promotion party, a 5-0 win. Baker. Thomas again making hard life for the defenders. Nevin. Spackman doing well. And in it comes. Ooh, and Bond had to be brave to go down. Back in towards Dixon. And a claim for handball. And the referee saw it too. Dixon just couldn't control it legally and used a hand to bring the ball under control.
Just wonder how many First Division defenders are taking a look at Pat Nevin tonight and worrying already for next season, because he does take some stopping. He really is a magnificent dribbler, and he can twist and turn in a minute space, and however good the defender is at turning with him, he seems to be able to beat him. I think he was unlucky there not to get a penalty. I don't think he fell, but we'll look at that at half-time.
Still 0-0 for anyone who may just have come in. 25 minutes gone in this second division match between Manchester City and Chelsea at Maine Road, Manchester. Tolney. Here's Ranson. Did well to Smith, and it just took a deflection. And Smith's shot seemed to be heading for the far corner. It was deflected away for a corner. McLaughlin's challenge it was, it took the ball clear. Lee winning it. Cleared by Pates to Dixon. What a fine ball, Nevin. Oh, just headed it the wrong way, really. In went Spackman hard. Lee. Spotted Thomas here. Needed to be controlled first time, and Mickey Thomas couldn't do that. Occasionally playing with the confidence of a side who know that their place in the First Division is already booked. And when they do move into top gear, they look a good side. Here's McCarthy. Smith. And Bond. For a run from the forward players, but has overhit that surely. Lee. Wilson. Now Speedy. Spackman's moved forward to support the two front men here. And here goes Nevin again. Oh, good ball for Speedy. And pulled back towards Spackman. Perhaps a little too far. Nevin, the architect of another fine move, as Thomas kills it in. And a claim from the Chelsea players that Williams had actually carried the ball over the line, but a goal kick. But again, Nevin showing his willingness to take players on. He's a throwback to another era in a way. And as Jimmy says, here's a man that the First Division will know all about next season. Ranson. And a good ball. Chelsea fans getting behind their team, sensing that they're perhaps just getting on top, but still no goals. It's a Manchester City throw. Here's Baker. Clumsy ball, Nevin intercepting. Now Lee. Speedy. McCarthy just brushed him aside. Smith now has moved over to the right. And Jones, that was the blatant attempt. I think he realised that May was going to move round him, and he acknowledges that. McLaughlin climbing high. Dixon. Wilson intercepts. Crowd enjoyed that. And still Wilson goes up to check then. Fine ball, May to Powell. Here's Smith. McLaughlin slipped. He got his cross in. Tolmie knocks it back. Baker! Should have been an opening goal, but Thomas, who dived at the feet of Baker as he shot, just managed to get a touch to deflect the ball for a corner. The second time in a matter of minutes, as you'll see here, that a last-ditch clearance has prevented Manchester City from scoring. ...15 minutes to half-time, 0-0 the score. And Lee it was who conceded a second corner. Good spell for Manchester City. And there have indeed been times this season, particularly early on, when they played like a side capable of winning promotion, though their form in recent months has gone back. Lane being marked by McLaughlin on the near post. In it comes again from Powell. McCarthy getting up well. Parlane. Had to be hit first time, but he was right underneath the shot. Jimmy.
What a valuable player Mickey Thomas is. He's all over the field, he's aggressive, he's not big either, but my goodness, he's a battler when he's going. Had his emotional troubles and personal problems in his time, but when he's going, there's no better player. He's all over the field. There he was in his own 6-yard box and somehow got some part of his body in the way of that shot and got it over the bar. Don't ask me what part it was.
0-0 the score then, with just over half an hour gone. But there have been several moments when we've been close to a goal, and Manchester City will feel they've created most of them. McCarthy's clearance. Tate's under it. Jones. Ranson. Taken on the chest by May. Here's Baker. Well, May's given it away to Spackman. Here's Thomas. McCarthy just got there ahead of Dixon. Dixon doing well. Here's Speedy. Wilson right behind him, though, marking very tightly. Spackman. Lee. Smith blocking his route to goal. McLaughlin. Dixon up well. And Bond just leaned over the players in front of him to clear. But here's Speedy. A good-looking ball. It should have been anyway, as Thomas was coming to the near post, but it was played too close to Williams. Smith. Hemmed in here. And certainly Chelsea don't allow anyone time to settle on the ball, particularly with the likes of Bumstead and Spackman and Thomas in midfield. They hustle and they bustle all the time. Here's Nevin. Nice little flick. Thomas is in there intercepting again. Bumstead. Straight to Baker. Marlane did well to get away from Tates and from Bumstead. A long way to go though. Referee said play on. Tolmie. And it goes towards May, and McLaughlin forced to head behind. Good refereeing though, because although Marlane might not agree at the moment, because he's got a sore shin, he certainly was fouled. The referee recognised that fact, but because City were in possession, he let play continue, and as a result of that, Jimmy, they almost got a goal.
Well, I think he wasn't fouled, to be fair. I thought he played the ball. It was a first-class tackle, the defender watching the ball, but it was, we'll look at it now, but it really did hurt him. You look how the defender watches the ball closely, and he goes for the ball. Do you see that? But it was a fierce, courageous and firm tackle. That's how the game should be played. It's about courage as well as skill, and you get hurt sometimes, but he's up now. Derek Marlane, impressed with him, and the lad who gives as good as he gets, never mind his size, Mickey Thomas.
Yes, I think the replay proving that it was a perfectly legal challenge, so the referee was doubly right, whichever way you look at it. A corner, the outcome then, from McLaughlin's clearance. McCarthy came in and headed away by Tates. Ranson. Thomas away. Here's Nevin. What a good little ball that was by Nevin. Spackman. Thomas. Here's Speedy. Oh, what a good challenge by Power. Now then, Marlane is forward, but he hit it a little bit too quickly. Power, he had more time than he realised perhaps, and in any case, Marlane was in an offside position. Chelsea almost wanted to pay for a mistake then. 10 minutes to go to half-time. Still Manchester City 0, Chelsea 0. Bond came off him towards Speedy, but McCarthy was the extra defender. Good old-fashioned clearance that, from a good old-fashioned centre-half. Powers header, but it was the challenge by Bond then, which brought about the free kick for Chelsea. Goes back to a defensive position. McLaughlin, Chelsea centre-half, has come forward for this kick on the left edge of the area. Too many City players. Baker got it away. Lee back in. McCarthy's header. Drops for Nevin. He can get out of any tight situation. Spackman back in. McCarthy's there again. What a rock he's been in this first half. Nevin. Yes, good decision by Mr. Saunders, because there was a definite nudge by Wilson in the back of Nevin. McLaughlin, and that was close. didn't really get above the ball as he would have wished, but it was a glancing header which just carried over the angle of crossbar and post. There's about 7 minutes remaining in the first half. It's Manchester City 0, Chelsea 0. Nevin for Chelsea. Now Bumstead. Bond's clearance, straight to Speedy. Here's Dixon, combining well, but Bond intercepted and read it superbly. Thomas winning it back, but there's Bond again. Lee. Boos from the Manchester City fans, but defenders always told to play the way they're facing, which Lee did then. McLaughlin winning it. Speedy getting up high again. And Wilson overhitting it, trying to find Ranson on the right. So Chelsea get an unexpected throw-in. Billy McNeil, the Manchester City manager, in his first season here at Maine Road, has taken them very close to promotion. Speedy. Here's Thomas. And the linesman flagged. It could have been for offside. He must have seen something off the ball, which I confess I didn't. Parlane, a good flick. Smith. On it goes from May. Now Power and Bumstead. And the linesman right on hand to make his decision, gives Manchester City a free kick. The signal as usual for McCarthy to come forward. He's a very difficult customer. There he is at the bottom of the picture to handle when the ball is lofted high. Which it is. And Lee happy via a deflection off Mr. Saunders to concede a corner. Knew that McCarthy was just behind him. Parlane again, and Smith on the near post. Parlane on the far post is behind him. McCarthy climbing well, away by McLaughlin. Here's Power. 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Baker turns it in. And Nijveski, once again, had the confidence to come and collect. 25 yesterday. Eddie Nijveski, an ever-present this season. Came off Dixon to Speedy. Dixon again. Bond forcing him onto his left foot, which is not his strongest. And Ranson clear, but only as far as Spankman, who might have done better to try a shot himself then. That's an easy decision to make from up here, isn't it? Speedy. Here's Lee. McCarthy's clearance. McLaughlin will be under pressure here from Smith. McCarthy. Parlane doing well. And finding power. Lee across to cover. May linking. Return ball just stayed in, and Power's got away from the defender. Look for Smith, and in the end it was Thomas who managed to scramble it clear. What a fine cross by Power. Smith and Parlane were both waiting as the ball was pulled in along the ground, and in the ensuing scramble it was finally Thomas who knocked it for a corner. 3 minutes to half-time, and City will feel that they've been unlucky not to score in this first half. Well, Chelsea had so many defenders then, it was amazing that City got any look at it at all. And in the end, it was Thomas inevitably who cleared. There's Baker. Power on the far side. That was an opening of sorts. He felt he had to snatch at the header. And acknowledges that he had more time than he obviously thought. A little more than 2 minutes of the first half remaining, and we await the first goal. Baker. Ransom. Here's Bond. Ransom. Thomas immediately puts him under pressure. Foul by Pates on Smith. So a little more than a minute remaining. City on the attack again, and Thomas inevitably once more with the interception. Dixon, Wilson covering. Lee forward, not a good ball. Here's May for Manchester City. Oh, misunderstanding, but Wilson did well to keep it in. Deserved applause from the crowd. And a fine ball too. Power. Big challenge by McLaughlin. Clyde Wilson, his confidence will have grown from that moment. So we're into the final 30 seconds. As Manchester City win another throw. Remember, nothing less than victory will do for Manchester City tonight if they're to cling on to their slender hope of promotion. Here's Smith. Lee with him. Wilson in. Only as far as Bumstead. And that is half-time. And Nevin's skills have enlivened the first half. There was one moment in particular when Chelsea felt that his little dribble in the penalty area and subsequent fall might have merited a penalty. But really it was a half when Manchester City could swear that this man, Mickey Thomas, stood in their way. It was Thomas who made 2 or 3 important interceptions, and Manchester City just about on top territorially in the game and certainly creating the better openings. 1 or 2 deflections have denied them, and at half-time it's Manchester City 0, Chelsea 0.
Well, no goals.